providing a dedicated and reliable service aimed at keeping you informed and up to date. This is Pilipinas Prime.
104%的关税让我们义乌做外贸的老板还怎么活？
How are EU foreign trade pros supposed to survive this US-China tariff storm? The US-China trade war just intensified, sparking viral frustration from an e-commerce seller in Yiwu, China. "The sky is falling," he cried in a video on April 10th. Just 2 weeks into launching his cross-border e-com venture, with a new office ready, he found himself facing a new wave of US tariffs on Chinese imports. "Last week I said this business was already hard. Now the Americans added more tariffs. Big players are saying this is the end of the industry." That same day, April 10th, the US confirmed new tariff hikes. Key changes. 1. Tariffs on Chinese goods up to 145%. 2. Small packages now taxed at 120%, up from 90%. Per a White House order from April 9th, the U.S. will, starting May 2nd, apply 120% tariffs on small parcels under $800, a major jump. From May 2nd to June 1st, there's also a $100 fee per package, rising to $200 after June. Previously, such small shipments qualified for tariff exemptions under the de minimis rule. Chinese giants like SHEIN and Temu thrived by shipping straight from factories to U.S. consumers, cutting inventory and shipping costs. Now, this rule change shakes the entire business model. A vlogger analyzed the new landscape, warning of internal market competition, saying, "With over 100% tariffs, businesses in the U.S. market are doomed. Amazon, TikTok, all of them. Some shift to Southeast Asia or domestic markets like Taobao. But without U.S. scale buying power, it's a whole different game. Domestic shifts lead to price wars, lower margins, higher competition." The blogger warned of incoming market disruption as sellers retreat from the U.S. Critics in the U.S. blame the old small parcel exemption for hurting retailers like Forever 21, which is now closing stores due to competition from platforms like SHEIN and Temu. In 2023, China sent 2.3 billion packages to the U.S. via this channel, 62% of all cross-border packages. This change could force a major pivot in the global e-com industry.
好了，这次关税是真超100%了。
Another video dissected how Temu sellers are getting hit. Shipping fees spiked by 6 yuan per kilogram in 1 week, up from 7 to over 10 yuan. Customs inspections now cause weeks or months of delays, with shipments stuck and merchants frustrated. Sellers are told to choose trusted freight forwarders and adapt stocking strategies fast. A TikToker in logistics said, "U.S. rates changed 3 times in 3 days. My clients are struggling. Peers halted U.S. shipments yesterday. The chaos is real." His Canadian client canceled a big order after he refused to cover the tariff. He offered 2 options: ship to Canada and repackage, or wait and see. Many regret entering this line of work. One seller said, "I might lose my job. I have no degree, no skills. Years in this business, but no real gain. Now it feels too late to pivot." Even giants like SHEIN and Temu are scrambling. SHEIN opened a logistics hub in Seattle. Temu is expanding U.S. warehouses. But experts like Raman Tian say they may still reconsider the U.S. market entirely. Even FedEx stepped in, promising to help clients adjust and file customs properly. Bloomberg reported that SHEIN tried to move production out of China to offset tariffs, but was blocked. A financial officer at a cross-border company confessed, "I've only been here a year, and I'm already job hunting. 70% of our sales are US-based. The rest can't make up for it." Many fear being forced to exit. On April 10th, a viral video described how platforms treat Chinese sellers as expendable. The US hammer just dropped. My friend in Shenzhen said a Bluetooth headset used to cost 8 yuan to ship. Now, the tariff alone is 50. At the Yiwu small commodities market, sellers of Christmas ornaments earn 2 cents per item, but now face 5 yuan tariffs.
关税战呢，对特姆卖家有什么影响？
Are we in business, or just ATM machines for the US Treasury? Warehouses are stacking up with unsold goods. One Guangzhou clothing factory has 20,000 t-shirts stuck in the US. Storage fees are draining savings, and return shipping costs more than the goods themselves. Platforms like Temu, TikTok, and Shein look supportive but fine sellers over minor issues. One seller was fined 300,000 yuan over a crooked letter on a box. These platforms are emperors. They take our money and pay protection fees to the US. The fully managed seller model is fading. With Type 86 canceled and new tariffs, margins are gone. Sellers are shifting to semi-managed setups or exiting altogether. Amazon shipping fees soared. Freight quotes jumped by 5 yuan per kilogram in a week. A seller shipping 1,600 kilograms this week said costs rose by 7,000 yuan, forcing him to use slower, cheaper options. Experts agree, no profit margin remains. In an interview with TVBS, Professor Wu Darren said, "The U.S. accounts for 1/3 of global consumption. If China loses this market, finding another is nearly impossible." Reuters reported that Wang Xin, head of the Shenzhen Cross-Border E-Commerce Association, representing 3,000 plus sellers, said,
我们有些同行从昨天开始已经停止发货到美国了。
"This isn't just a tax. The entire cost structure is collapsing." He warned that customs delays, shipping hikes, and tariff costs make survival near impossible. This is an unprecedented blow. These tariffs threaten small businesses and could cause massive job losses. Reuters spoke to 5 Amazon sellers in Shenzhen. 3 want to raise prices in the US. 2 plan to exit the US market entirely. SmartScout data shows that half of Amazon sellers are Chinese. 100,000 are in Shenzhen, generating $35.3 billion annually. The Chinese State Council reported $358 billion in cross-border e-com trade last year. But with the US pulling out, there's only so much other markets can absorb. Price wars are intensifying. Margins are vanishing. A Christmas goods manufacturer in Jinhua said, "We haven't had a single US order this year." A shipping professional told Hong Kong media that container bookings to the US dropped over 50%. April 10th saw almost no ships leaving Shanghai for the US. After China hit back with a 50% tariff on US goods, Trump raised tariffs to 145% and offered temporary reductions to countries that didn't retaliate. China's Ministry of Commerce responded, "We welcome dialogue, but we're prepared to fight." State media pushed slogans like, "The sky won't fall." But online, people said, "Yes, but we're the ones crushed under the sky." Independent analyst Tai Shinshinkun wrote on X that the U.S. plan is precise and long-planned, targeting China by also hitting its satellite economies like Southeast Asia. This isn't about global tariffs. It's about breaking China. Chinese authorities blame the U.S. for unilateralism and economic bullying, but critics say their approach lacks concern for public welfare. Taiwanese businessman Li Mingju warned, "This 145% tariff is a death blow. China's leadership faces backlash. It's ordinary people who will suffer." Professor Tin Pai at Nagara University said this could even destabilize China's government. If the economic fallout causes social unrest, regime change is a real risk.
This is Pilipinas Prime.